Thanks, Tim, and media partners, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of Edmonton, and the employees of the Edmonton Police Service. Let me just start by saying how honored and how humbled I am to be chosen as the police chief for the city of Edmonton. I want to take a moment to thank the board, in particular Tim and Mickey as the chair and the vice chair, for the diligent process that I've been part of for the last couple of months. I, in my current role, have ran some of these certainly professional, where we hire expertise to come in, and how this was handled by this board speaks volumes to the professionalism that I can expect moving forward in the city of Edmonton. So I just want to take a minute to acknowledge them for that. I want to also take a minute to acknowledge a person that obviously I know quite well, was Chief Rod Connett, for his service to the citizens of Edmonton. It's very much appreciated, and certainly something that I feel good coming into, knowing that I'm not trying to fix something that's broken, but trying to take things that I can maybe add with some of my expertise and some of the things that I bring to the table to do some things a little bit differently, but also to enhance what we currently have. I want to also take a minute to thank Acting Chief Kevin Brzezinski. Kevin stepping up to take the role, certainly in my role, giving my current employer the appropriate notice so I can obviously leave that organization and that leadership team in a good place. Makes me sleep well at night knowing that I've got a person with the quality of Kevin obviously filling that role. Now I want to just move on and talk a little bit for a couple of minutes about the path forward. To the men and women, both sworn and civilian, of the Edmonton Police Service, I am a firm believer that it takes a team to be successful. This has been my path the entire career, and I look forward to getting here to build and expand the strengths of each of you. I am a firm believer that the sum of the parts is always greater than and better than the individual parts. I believe diversity and inclusion are our strengths, and I look forward to utilizing these strengths in helping building and keeping communities safe. I have been fortunate to have served many roles within policing. I believe that the police are an integral part to leading change and dealing with the root causes of crime. Police are one of the few services that goes to all doors in all situations 24/7, round the clock. Thus, they are the critical piece of connecting people in need of services to the right services at the right time. This is a mind shift and a huge opportunity that allows us to work differently. Many police and community leaders have said that we will not arrest our way out of our troubles. This is absolutely correct, but it also does not mean that we will stop arresting. The vision I hope to share and move forward with the men and women of the service is one that moves away from hard on crime, which is arrest and incarcerate, or soft on crime, which many relate to hugs and second chances, to an area that's smart on community safety. Smart on community safety meaning that we will balance and do both at the same time. Also meaning community safety is a lot bigger than policing, and we will need our partners at the table to address the issues driving responses in our city. Edmonton is a growing, diverse city. As a police service, we must reflect and ensure that we are doing our part to help and grow and keep communities safe. Effective policing has to be local, which means underneath and supportive of the community. I am committed to ensuring that I meet with our many community leaders as soon as possible to ensure that they have what they need from us to help address issues in their local environment. I believe as police we need to focus less on ownership and more on leadership. Leadership is getting partners to the table to help addressing the underlying drivers of work. Edmonton has many third-party partners that we will need as allies in addressing the many issues that are reflected in our crime rates. When I started police leadership about 18 years ago, the community that I resided in told me they wanted three things, reflective in the questions they asked. 1, am I safe? 2, can I trust you? 3, do you know what you're doing? The answer to these questions is obviously yes. Our police service has a lot of great people. My job is to build on that and make sure that this team is a little better off than if I weren't here. To the men and women that I will be serving with, I don't have all the answers, but I have lots of good and proven ideas. I have 2 ears and 1 mouth, and I've learned early on that listening is more than waiting for your turn to talk. Collectively within the service and the community, we will have all the answers, and we will have the data in front of us that helps to ensure that our response has value for the human and financial resources that we are utilizing to help communities. As a Métis guy growing up as a police leader, eventually a community leader, I always remembered a quote of an Indigenous elder that told me, she basically told me that I would be measured by the Creator on what I did with the time and talent He gave me. I would be measured by the Creator on what I did with the time and talent He gave me. I don't know how much time He gave me, but I sure know there's a lot of talent in Edmonton, and I mean other than the Oilers. And by the way, I was president of the Prince Albert Raiders when Leon Draisaitl was there, just as a nice to know. I know we, as in the chief, the board, the members of the service, the leadership, are in a position that Edmonton Police Service will lead the right change at the local, provincial, national, international level. I assure you of that. Why? Because that's what Edmontonians deserve.